tallest of 7 hills in Florida's capital city, covering every corner of the Big Bend. This is the award-winning News 20 at 5 Live.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of FAMU TV News 20. I'm Brea Baker.
And I'm Taylor Bishop.
Lawmakers are scheduled to be in Tallahassee this week for a week of committee meetings to prepare for the 2016 regular session slated for January and will begin redrawing the 40 state Senate districts. The House will let the Senate lead during a 3-week suspension session to come up with a new map. The House Election Committee on Redistricting isn't scheduled to meet until November 2nd, when the Senate is expected to have reached an agreement on how to carve up the state. This is the third special session of the year for Florida legislature. Since the spring session, the Republican-controlled House and Senate have feuded over extending Medicaid to the working poor and the state budget. The Tallahassee Fire Department is adopting a new plan to up its recruitment efforts. The fire department has started placing feather flags along the roadsides, hoping to attract possible employees. These feather flags are similar to those that fly outside of fast food restaurants such as Wendy's, but are dedicated to luring folks into a career path in firefighting. The flags are located at a few of the stations around town with different logos and sayings, such as "Answer the Call." These flags are intended to draw those interested into visiting the TFD website. Florida Governor Rick Scott is asking the state for more money for teachers. Keita Browning tells us more.
Thanks, Barea. Today, Governor Rick Scott is expected to ask legislators for $1 million in proposed funding for a summer residency program for science, technology, engineering, and math teachers. With STEM programs at the forefront of education, Governor Scott wants to bring new industry trends in STEM fields back to Florida's K-12 classrooms. If approved, high-tech companies would partner with the state to train teachers, and 27 companies have already confirmed their participation. I'm Keita Browning. Back to you guys at the desk.
The City Commission just held their first public hearing for the proposed development agreement for the center of Tallahassee. Multimedia journalist Mary Chastain tells us more.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any questions?
The City Commission held their meeting on October 14th, and one of the hot topics was the center of Tallahassee. Commissioner Nancy Miller had a lot to say about the mall's reconstruction.
It will be a 10,000-seat arena. The city manager is to be commended, and the staff, along with the team from Alex Baker and his team, because they really worked hard to come to a place where both parties could be comfortable.
The commission had the first of 2 public hearings for the property development at the center of Tallahassee's amphitheater. Sound controls and hours of operations were discussed to protect the health and safety of the citizens of Tallahassee. Local resident Lisa Miller is looking forward to the mall's new project.
I just think it's a rebirth of that area, which has been sorely needed for so long, and I just think the City Commission's doing the right thing by trying to give it a spark.
The proposed development includes a 10,000-seat amphitheater and 1,030,000 square feet of retail and commercial, according to talgov.com. The agreement also includes transportation currency, Star Metro service, and public benefit. For updates on City Commission meetings or summaries on meetings that were previously held, you can visit talgov.com. I'm Mary Chastain for News 20 at 5.
The next public hearing will be held on October 28th at City Hall.
On Friday, October 23rd, Leon County will host its Leon County Expo from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Lively Technical Center. By 2022, Leon County will have 10,000 new jobs that require more than a high school diploma but less than a 4-year college degree, which the Leon County Works Expo is geared to address. The Expo aims to bring employers, academic institutions, and students together. The event will feature local employers as well as courses to help job seekers find and grow into their career. The Expo will be open to students who will learn from local success stories while also visiting with employers.
Welcome back to News 20 at 5. I'm Taylor Bishop. An overnight hit and run killed 2 pedestrians. Police say a silver Mercedes struck 2 people on Memorial Causeway Bridge. The Mercedes was traveling in the westbound lane when it hit the pedestrians and then sped off. Both pedestrians, were sent to the hospital with serious injuries and later died. The police closed all westbound lanes until 1 a.m. this morning. Police are still searching for the driver.
The Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action officially began Sunday. Under the deal, Iran has pledged to give up on plans for a nuclear weapon. Iran will give the International Atomic Agency the authority to check its nuclear program for violations. In return, leading world powers will begin to reduce sanctions against Iran. The United States will begin to issue waivers on sanctions to the country. The waivers and reduced sanctions won't take effect until implementation day. The Iran deal won't be completed for another 10 years.
This is Gabrielle Dawkins with your entertainment, and Lamar Odom is making progress after a drug overdose last week. The 35-year-old NBA star was found unconscious last week Tuesday in a Nevada brothel, and Khloe Kardashian has been by his side since he was admitted, and with their divorce not final, she has been making his medical decisions. That about does it for your entertainment. Back to you guys at the desk.
And Travis, what can we look forward to next in sports?
Well, Taylor, FAMU celebrated their homecoming this past weekend as they had a lot to celebrate about. And we'll see if the Seminole football team of Florida State kept their win streak alive. We'll have that and more next in sports. You're watching News 20 at 5. Welcome back to News 20 at 5. I'm Travis Milton with your sports. Congratulations are in order for the Florida A&M University football team. The Rattlers won their first game over the weekend as they took on the Delaware State Hornets. The 41-13 victory is FAMU's first homecoming win since 2012. Moving on down the road to Florida State, the Seminoles remain undefeated this weekend as they also put 41 points on the scoreboard. And the Houston Texans defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars 31-20. A large reason for the victory was Texans wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins exploded for 10 catches for 148 yards and 2 touchdowns. Texans quarterback Brian Hoyer was firing on all cylinders, especially on third down, as Hoyer threw 3 touchdown passes on third down conversions. Jacksonville quarterback Blake Bortles had a performance to forget, throwing a pick-6 in the fourth quarter. It was the 6th pick thrown by Bortles in 19 career starts. The Texans will return to action on Sunday as they face the Dolphins. That's all we have in sports. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks for watching News 20 at 5.